Well, with more spinning headlines than the Tory press office, it's off we go with another Continental News Roundup. International week this, of course, particularly thin time for the Continental papers who don't have the Roonies to fill up their pages for them. But luckily enough, there are some thrilling stories out there for them. For example, this, what the German press are calling TV earthquake. This, the ruling on football-loving Portsmouth publican Karen Murphy and her big fat Greek decoder, which is legal. Now you may wonder what all the fuss is about here. Pompey ladies have been getting cheap overseas action for centuries after all, but for the European papers the ramifications of this case are huge, even if they don't know what they are exactly yet. Bild says clubs may lose millions in TV money, even in the Bundesliga. The DFL's foreign rights make around 25 million euros in sales annually, less than a tenth of the Premier League, but the Federation's preparations for this case have been intense. Talk about cutbacks. And they've prepared a secret plan. Sadly, though, reveals the paper, we don't know what's in it. Similar confusion elsewhere, I have to say. Des abonnements sans frontières, says L'Equipe. It could be like a Bosman ruling, but for telly. Or not, says Italy's Gazzetta dello Sport. It's too early to say what'll happen. Sure, subscriptions might cost less, but then who's going to pay all the players' wages? Yeah, won't somebody think of the footballers? Well, with this in effect being Murphy's Law, things are bound to turn out well, so let's move on that note to our next story, which is one in the eye for Barcelona after one in the eye for Barcelona. The news here that the Spanish FA have decided that this Jose Mourinho gouging the eye of Barcelona assistant manager Tito Vilanova was only worth a €600 fine and a 2-game ban that's only applicable to the Spanish Super Cup. And just to be on the safe side, the FA then giving a 1-game ban to Vilanova too for trying to slap Jose afterwards. Well, no surprise, the reaction of the Catalan papers, El Mundo Deportivo, says shameful. They talk of an intolerable verdict. Sport says it's shameless, an insult to all of Spanish football. And they have a picture down here of the head of the FA's committee, the 85-year-old Alfredo Flores, who is, they say, a friend of power. I think I know what you mean there. Even AS, the Madrid-based journal, calls it a political verdict. And underneath, they reveal intriguingly that Madrid are going to analyse the decision and decide whether to appeal or not. Bless. Got to admire their chutzpah. Certainly, it wouldn't be the most surprising appeal I've seen this week. Now, much of the week's other news has revolved in the past few days about the Euro 2012 qualifiers. England facing Montenegro, of course, a nation so small you could fit them in a matchbox, as long as the beetle didn't step on them, in a clash that the Montenegrin press are calling the game of the decade. Almost as colossal as that is Denmark's up-and-coming set 2 with Cyprus, with the Danes currently locked in a 3-way tie atop their group with Norway and Portugal. Well, cometh the hour, cometh the man, as they say. The worrying news for Denmark, though, being that the man in question this time is Nicklas Bendtner, who's here on the front pages of the Danish papers urging Morten Olsen to make me the captain. Responds BT, there are frequently funny developments in the wonderful world of football, but the emergence of new Bendtner has to be the greatest. Him as captain, says the paper, is very deep in the forest. Well, Bendtner is fresh from scoring a brace in Denmark's last match, a feat he followed by running to the camera and swearing violently at bemused viewers. You can take the boy out of the Premier League, but you can't take the Premier League, etc. He is, though, not without his supporters. Here is Extra Bladet. What a wonderful title for a paper that is, with the headline here from Mug to Warrior. It's always lovely to have international players who speak bluntly, they say. He splits Danish football down the middle. Some say he's all mouth, some say there's plenty in those boots. But while he's not been exactly chopping wood in the box of late, what is it with the Danes and all these timber images? If he scores this time, he can damn well shout what he likes. Well, Bendtner certainly has an axe to grind. Will he be pulling up trees this Friday, Danish viewers? Or will it be see you Nico in Nicosia? That and many other burning questions are going to be answered in our next paper roundup. So make sure you join us for that next Friday.